Welcome. Today we explore the ontology of force and matter, bridging the gap between majoritarian science and the expressive materialism of Deleuze. We will navigate how these philosophical frameworks define the substance of our world. Materialism is fundamentally split into two dimensions. The actual dimension is the domain of natural science, where reductive materialism relies on what is observable and measurable. Conversely, the virtual dimension embraces expressive materialism, focusing on the extreme limits of molecular abstraction. In the reductive view, matter is measured by mass. Here, matter is simply energy in a specific, predictable form, often expressed through the famous equation EMC. This operates as a closed, organic function where energy is conceptually prioritized over matter. When we view force and matter as expression, we shift toward an open-ended, machinic functioning. This is the realm of nonorganic life, a dynamic power with an inherent capacity for variation, operating like a rhizome rather than a rigid, predictable machine. This diagnostic table highlights the rift between royal and nomadic science. While royal science focuses on the molar, the actual, and Newtonian mechanics, nomadic science explores the molecular, the virtual, and the internal power of processual flows. We see a linguistic divergence in how we define action. In English, French, and German, we distinguish between force, the mechanical, molar constraint, and power, the immanent, molecular vitality that escapes deterministic laws. Central to this is the assemblage. Matter here is not a literal physical stream but a dynamic process. It enters as motion matter, and through the assemblage, it is deterritorialized. Note that this molecular matter is fundamentally different from the subatomic particles of standard physics. Modernity is built on the foundation of royal science and entropy. However, postmodern philosophy acts at the outside, working at the extreme limits of molecular abstraction. It does not reject science, but rather thinks the foundational edges where science meets its own boundaries. There is a symbiotic relationship between these two sciences. Nomadic science provides inspiration, much like how Leibniz's metaphysical force prefigured our concept of kinetic energy. In turn, royal science provides the rigorous demands that force these ideas to refine their utility. To conclude, materialism is not bound by mass alone. By synthesizing the actual's rigid mechanics with the virtual's intense, unbounded flows, we see how philosophy maps the vital, unseen powers that eventually crystallize into the measurable forces of our scientific world.